Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course the law of attraction. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's reading video. I am so excited to be back here with all of you. And this is one of my collective readings. So if you are new here, then keep in mind I channel these collective readings and energy updates every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be sure to tune in on those times and days for these updates. So I'm going to start today by shuffling the energy oracle cards. I also first want to say that this is one of those readings where I really have no idea what's going to be coming through. So I'm really going to be letting the energy lead the reading. And with that being said, if you would like to contribute your personal energy in a stronger way to this video, you can do so by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. These are forms of energetic transference, and this does tend to allow me to pick up more easily on your energy and channel more specifically for you and your situation. Okay, so let's go ahead and reshuffle. I'm hearing something about someone or something coming back around. So for someone listening, which by the way, if you are new, keep in mind I channel into many different threads of energy that can connect with people in different ways. So only take what resonates for you intuitively. And also keep in mind that these are meant to be threads of energy. So they actually can connect with different physical people, meaning one message, one thread of energy can represent different people, different dynamics in your life, or the same physical person can show up in different threads of energy, so to speak. Okay, so I feel as though there's the energy of someone or something coming back around, and I'm hearing the word recognition. So there's something about how you recognized something with this person or with this situation before they were able to recognize it. So I feel as though you knew something about this connection or about this person that they are now figuring out, kind of like in a delayed fashion. For some reason, I'm getting the word grief here as well. So I feel as though there actually may have been some sadness for you at the time, whenever this was in the past, where you may have had this kind of recognition that this other person was not yet having. Now, for some of you, this could have been a potential soulmate or a twin flame, and you saw the spiritual potential of this connection. You could sense that on a deep level, but for whatever reason, this other person couldn't see it or was closed off to it in some way. But I'm almost getting this strange sense that when you first met them or connected with them, if this is relating to you in that way, it's almost like you knew one day this person was going to wake up to this connection. You knew that one day they were going to circle back or they were going to come back to you. You may have not known when, you may have not known how, but it's almost like you had this sense like, wow, I'm recognizing this soul connection. And one day this person is going to recognize it as well. I'm just hearing there was a wall in the way. There was like some kind of blockage that caused this to be a delayed recognition on their end. And when I say delayed, for some of you, it could be very delayed. This could be months, this could be years. But I feel like now they're realizing something that you knew immediately, that you knew early on, which, by the way, we could go on a whole tangent about this, but I do feel this is a very common dynamic in your life where you have realizations about people, about connections, about situations long before the other person, because you're very intuitive. So often you have this instant recognition of a spiritual connection, of a past life connection, of someone who's supposed to be significant in your life. And it can often take the other person a lot longer. And there can be a lot of soul grief wrapped up in this on your end, because it's almost like you can find yourself grieving the fact that you are recognizing the bond with someone so much earlier than they are able to see it. And it can be really painful, because in the moment, it can almost feel like they're disregarding or discounting the connection, when in actuality, they're just at this different level of consciousness where they are quite literally not able to process it fully at the time. Okay, so let me shuffle the cards here, and I want to know if I can share anything else about this person or situation that's coming back again. So with all tied up, this is someone who has found themselves mentally and emotionally pulled back to you many times before they physically reach out. For some of you, this may be someone who hasn't even contacted you yet. They may be reaching out futuristically, but you might be kind of psychically sensing that this is happening. I feel like this is someone who made some kind of choice or decision. I'm hearing they chose the safe route, or they chose the seemingly safe option, which in their mind wasn't you, wasn't this connection. It was something or someone else. So maybe this is someone who chose to settle for a karmic situation, or chose a certain life path, or something that actually created a wall or a barrier between the two of you. However, they found themselves mentally and emotionally pulled back to you over and over. And the strange thing about this is, I'm hearing, I knew you would. I feel like on your end, you knew that this person would not be able to escape the thought of you, that they wouldn't be able to forget you. You knew that when they made this choice, but of course, that's something that can't be explained to another person. It's something that it's almost like they had to learn through their own regret. They had to learn through going down that pathway of choosing what they thought was the safe option, and then feeling as though they settled and feeling the regret from that. I'm hearing a question hanging in the air. I'm also seeing a bracelet that might be significant for someone. I was just channeling into mentally this question hanging in the air. I feel the question hanging in the air here is, are you still open to this person? Are you still open to re-entering this situation, or has that door closed for you? And I feel your guides coming in to say it's very important that you make the most self-loving choice for yourself here, whatever that is. Because for some of you, maybe that window of time for you has closed and you've already moved forward with your life, or you no longer have an interest in connecting with this person in spite of the soul connection, because for you, maybe the realization has come too late. And of course, I always advocate for choosing the most self-loving route, whatever that is for you. I got the word dance. So maybe someone's a dancer, or dancing is somehow significant to this connection or to your life. But I'm really curious to know what else. I'm hearing why now. Maybe that's what you're feeling in regards to this person. I'm also seeing the color red. Something about blueberries is coming up here for some reason. Why now? I got the name Lori for someone. Door to romance reversed. Yeah, it's almost like when you connected initially, this person would not let their mind go there when it came to romance. And there was some part of them, I'm hearing, that was too unhealed to recognize this connection for what it was. Healer of the ages. I feel like this is someone, specifically for many of you, this would be a masculine energy, although keep in mind, of course, we all have a balance internally of both the masculine and the feminine. So take those labels however they resonate. This may connect with your internal masculine, your internal feminine, or some external person or situation. But I feel as though in many cases, this person is a masculine and they had some aspect of themselves that needed healing. And because of this unhealed aspect, they mentally kept some door closed with you within their mind, like they wouldn't allow themselves to really fully follow where their heart was trying to lead them here. But now what they've discovered is that they're stuck on you mentally, emotionally, and really on a deeper level spiritually. So I'm hearing this person is trying to retrieve something with you, trying to retrieve a spark or a connection is what I heard. It's almost like they're revisiting this spark that never fully caught flame. The sense I get is that there was this powerful spark of energy between the two of you. But just like if there is a spark that has no tinder or isn't in an environment where it can actually fully catch flame, I feel as though this emotional or romantic or spiritual spark between the two of you was in some kind of, I'm hearing like a harsh or inhospitable environment, metaphorically speaking, like because of circumstances in one or both of your lives, it was impossible for this spark to really catch flame, to really run its course. I'm hearing unfinished business. The interesting thing is, I feel that for a lot of you, unfinished business is a major theme coming up here where you may notice that people who you have this unresolved spiritual connection with or tension with, where maybe you encountered each other, but the circumstances or the timing just seemed off, you may notice individuals like this actually resurfacing or coming back in your life. In fact, I'm getting this is something a lot of you have experienced recently. So in the extended version of this reading, I'm going to take a look at what this person is specifically thinking and feeling towards you, what part of them they had to heal in that time where I'm hearing they were away or the two of you were disconnected, and how this situation could potentially move forward. So the link to that extended reading, both on Patreon or on YouTube memberships, just depending on where you want to listen from, that link will be in the pinned comment and description box underneath the video. But for now, I'm going to reshuffle the cards to see what other threads of energy we can pick up on here. I almost just dropped a bunch of cards and I heard chaotic. So maybe someone's feeling chaotic. I'm hearing something about an Aries. Maybe someone specifically is experiencing chaos with someone who has Aries energy in their chart. You may have Aries energy in your birth chart, or of course, we're entering into the season of Aries or are in the season currently. So that could be coming up as well. So what is it with this Aries chaos? Okay, so this chaos is actually coming into balance with Angel of Balance in the upright position. With Angel of Love reversed, I feel something at play here is, I'm hearing a lack of accessing the frequency of unconditional love. And what I mean by that is someone here seems to be struggling with self-worth, with feeling worthy of really being deeply and fully loved. Now, for some of you, of course, that could be an aspect of yourself. But I'm actually feeling that for many of you, you've been on this pathway of really learning how to love yourself very deeply. So I actually feel for many of you, this is an external person who is struggling with fully seeing their own worth and value. And I'm hearing they're creating chaos, or there's like a chaos generating from them feeling disconnected from this frequency of love, which is actually within themselves. But I'm also hearing projections. So they may also project this inability to fully feel and receive love because of a blockage. They may project that outward in this form of chaos towards other people and things. Now, for some of you, this could be a friend, a relative, a group of people, many people you know, or of course, it could be a romantic situation as well. It's interesting, we keep getting the all tied up card. And that's what we got for the last thread of energy as well. So I feel like we're channeling into a lot of people who are stuck on you, who are returning back into your energy. I'm hearing they don't have the level of consciousness or vibration right now to stay consistently in your physical reality, and yet they can't stay away. That might be something, by the way, I saw 1414. I'm going to look up the meaning of that as well, but that might be a dynamic that many of you struggle with, where there are individuals who can't seem to stay fully away from you. They're very drawn to you. However, they don't have the level of vibration currently to stay consistently in your physical reality. So they find themselves almost just like continuously pulled back to you without really knowing why. So let's look up the number 1414. And for some reason, I want to look this up in the context of twin flame connection. So maybe someone here is a twin flame or has been on a twin flame journey, regardless of whether you've chosen to connect with your twin flame physically. I feel that for many of you, twin flame was a concept that has been part of your path, or for some of you, I'm hearing central to your path. So if that is the case for you, I see this number saying a spiritual foundation is being laid for a new phase. A new cycle is beginning. A nudge to prepare emotionally or spiritually because your connection is evolving. Twin flame journeys mirror your internal state. 1414 is a call to return to your inner truth and release fear, anxiety, or control. As you do, the bond strengthens or begins to magnetize together. You may be either actively manifesting your twin flame or they may be manifesting you. So regardless of whether you connect with this as a literal twin flame situation, I just saw 555, which represents rapid change. So I'm getting that in any case, there is this sense that you are manifesting a very powerful love connection that my guides are actually calling a soul partnership. Now, for some of you, this could be the harmonization of a current person or connection in your life. For others of you, this may be someone completely new. This could be the return of someone from your past. So take it however it connects. But I feel like this is something that you are actively being prepared for at this time, but also it's almost like you are manifesting this person and this person is manifesting you. Now, it's interesting that all of these other threads of energy seem to be circling back or coming back up for you, because I almost get the sense of these cycles needing to fully complete themselves in the process of you coming into alignment with this deep soul partnership. It's almost like this unfinished business has to find closure for you to fully manifest in this ideal soul partnership that connects with you on a really deep level. So can I channel anything else about, maybe for some of you, this Aries chaos just speaks to Aries season. Maybe so far Aries season has felt really ungrounding or chaotic for some of you listening. If that is the case, with Healer of the Ages upright and Door to Spirit reversed, I feel like there is some aspect of divine masculine energy being activated and healed here. I'm hearing through the chaos, through the feeling of ungroundedness. Now, this may be for some of you an external masculine in your life, but for many of you, this is an internal aspect of yourself, your internal divine masculine. And specifically, I'm hearing that at times when this is occurring, this masculine aspect may feel shut off from its own intuition, from its sense of spirituality, from like that spiritual connectedness. It may feel a little closed off from that, or that might feel kind of disjointed because it's meant to be pushing focus somewhere else to like heal some other part of itself. So for some of you, that could be very meaningful to a connection that you have with the masculine, where maybe certain aspects of that bond in the physical were like shut off for the purpose of activating and healing something within the masculine aspect here. I'm hearing without distractions, and to realign it with its highest pathway, with the temple path in the upright position. I'm hearing a necessary void. I almost feel like there's been this necessary void or this necessary period of time where things felt confusing or disjointed or even disconnected, for the purpose of ultimately healing some part of this masculine energy and realigning them with their own highest path. So can I channel anything else about that? Yeah, and then once that realignment takes place, I see with Door to Romance upright, this powerful door opening in love and romance, if that is something that you desire out of this situation. Now, if you're taking these messages internally, This could be that romantic door opening up in your life to that deep, meaningful soul partnership that we've been describing. For others of you, of course, this could be someone literally opening the door with you in a romantic sense who had to go through this period of healing and realignment in their own life. I saw the number 333 for someone. I'm also getting the name Arthur for someone listening. Letter initials ARTNDR. I know I already said R, but those could be in someone's name here. Okay, so I'm going to be reshuffling here, but in the extended version of the reading, I want to look more deeply into this soul partnership, as we're calling it, what this might look like for you, any other messages we can channel about that soul partnership that I see you aligning with and coming in for you. So the link to the extended reading will be underneath the video, of course. But I want to pull some other cards here because this whole reading, I've been getting almost like this restless sense. I'm hearing overburdened by feelings. So there's someone here who's feeling a tension around urgency, feeling an urgency to say or do something. I'm hearing that you opened a window of time for this person or for this situation where you made an exception to your typical rules. So this is someone that you made an exception for because you felt some kind of spiritual connection to, or if it's not a person, maybe it's an opportunity that you've gone out of your way for, that you've opened. I just keep hearing you opened some kind of window of time for this person, for this thing, for this opportunity that is atypical for you, that's not usual for you. And they're beginning to realize, I feel like at first they took this a bit for granted. Maybe they thought you treated everyone or everything this way, but they're slowly beginning to realize that there is a rare window of time opening up that you don't typically open. And that if they want to, I'm hearing, secure their place in your life, they're going to have to take action soon. Now, again, this doesn't have to be a romantic person. This could be platonic. This also could just be some kind of opportunity shift, something in your life. So with the 10 of Wands, I feel like that sense of overburdenment coming from the 10 of Wands is actually speaking to this person's emotions. It feels like that 10 of Wands is like sitting on their heart chakra, weighing on their heart. So it's the feelings that are overburdening this person. I'm hearing the name Tori or Tony for someone. This is someone who deeply feels as though there's been some kind of spark or something that's started between the two of you that has to be resolved, that has to be completed here with the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse position. Yeah, because with, oh, wow. So we have the Devil and the 10 of Pentacles, two very opposite cards. And this is why this person is so internally conflicted, because they're currently in the Devil energy. They're in some situation that feels either very heavy, or maybe it's a relationship that's very toxic, very codependent, some kind of dark, dismal, powerless situation they feel trapped in to some extent. But then they're presented with the 10 of Pentacles, which is like one of the most beautiful cards in the deck. That word beautiful is coming out very strongly, so that might just be a way that they describe you. I'm also hearing graceful, eloquent, elegant, everything they've ever wanted. That's what's coming out when they seem to imagine you or think of you. They see you as the 10 of Pentacles, but the problem is I see someone at the bottom of a mountain looking up, and metaphorically it's like they are seeing you at the peak of this mountain. They're seeing you as the culmination, as the pinnacle, but they're seeing themselves as having such a long way to go, being at the bottom of this mountain and needing to climb their way out of some sort of very heavy situation in order to fully reach you. And yet they're feeling simultaneously both trapped and also an urgency to take action. And I feel that because they're feeling this way, and because I'm hearing energetic transference is very open between the two of you right now. There's a lot of telepathy going on, a lot of transferring energy back and forth. So most likely you are transmuting this person's restlessness as like physical tension or physical ungroundedness or feeling chaotic within yourself. So what can I channel here about this situation. Yeah, this is someone who is deeply admiring you, but almost like at a distance here with appreciation. And with door to personal healing and happiness reversed, I feel as though it's like they don't feel like they are progressed enough in their personal journey, in their healing journey, whatever you want to call it, in order to fully approach you. So it's like, I'm hearing they had decided to admire you from afar, but the pull is now becoming too strong. And they're realizing now they can't just put this on the back burner. They're realizing that there is this window that you made an exception to open for them, this window of time, and that if they don't act before the window closes, I'm hearing you could vanish or you could disappear. Because I also feel like you are someone who, when you feel a strong pull towards something or towards someone, you will follow your heart, you will follow your intuition. I saw 25-25. You will move towards that thing, but many people don't realize with you that there's also just a window of time here. It's not indefinite, that after a certain period of time, once you feel the desire to pull back, you can vanish just as quickly. And I feel that you often have the experience of people taking your presence, taking an opportunity to connect with you for granted until that window closes and they lose some kind of access to you and then live in this kind of regret that they didn't take action sooner, because they took for granted that you were making an exception for them that they didn't even realize that you were making, if that makes sense. I just keep getting the word rare. So I feel as though this person perceives you as very rare, but this also speaks to, I'm hearing the rare circumstances in which like you've allowed this person to get closer to you or to see you in a certain way or to connect with you, how you don't often offer that to people. This rarity may also speak to the connection itself, that there's something rare about the bond between the two of you. Let's see what this card is. Yeah, we have adjacent possibilities. I feel like I'm seeing this window or this door that's just like cracked open. And it's like this person has a choice. Are they going to take this window of opportunity or are they going to let it slip away? And I'm hearing a flip, or I should say a switch has flipped within them recently, where they went from thinking they were going to keep this on the back burner, thinking they were going to let this go or just kind of forget about it, to realizing that they're not going to be able to do that. Yeah, it's pushed them into their King of Pentacles energy, wanting to take action here, but from a place of stability. Yeah, you know what? That's the conflict. This person has a tendency to move very slowly. They may have earth sign energy in their birth chart. I'm getting a lot of Taurus here as well. But the Five of Wands, the conflict here is they don't want to take action until they feel like they're stable enough to move towards you, but they're worried that by the time they're stable, that window will have closed. So I'm really curious what this person is going to do about this. Let's see if we can pick it up in the cards. You know what? I feel that they're going to move forward, even though they wanted to move forward as the King of Pentacles, someone who's very mature, grounded, stable, fully feeling ready for this. But at this point, because of how strongly they're feeling the soul pull towards you, they've realized that they have to move forward even if they don't yet fully feel themselves at that point of stability. I see them coming forward as the Page of Wands. Again, even though they don't feel fully evolved yet into that King of Pentacles energy, I see them taking some kind of chance here to connect with you. I'm hearing, I can't let this slip away. It's interesting because I keep seeing mirrored numbers as well, like 14-14, 25-25, and just now 28-28. So I feel like this is what's indicating to me or confirming to me what we said earlier, which is that there is so much energetic transference, so much telepathy happening between the two of you. And I'm hearing very strongly that you're both feeling it. I feel like it's almost tormenting this person, having these constant thoughts about you, feeling this pull towards you so strongly. Yeah, with these feelings are eating me alive. Will this pain ever stop? Feeling like you are the 10 of Pentacles. I'm hearing once in a lifetime, like this rare blessing that they've received into their life, this beautiful gift that they've received, but they can't accept because they're in the devil energy. So what I feel they're going to do is move forward, even if it's as the page, even if it's not in the way that they really wanted to, meaning maybe they won't feel as confident or as stable or as ready as they wanted to, but now they're feeling that urgency that's going to push them forward regardless. Yeah, because we have, I need to figure myself out, but I can't let go of you. They know they have things to figure out here. I'm hearing they're going to try to find a way to keep this window open by taking some kind of action that signals or confirms something to you as the page. Even if they feel like they're showing up as that smaller energy, that page energy, they're still going to take some kind of action because they can't let you go, and they realize that if they do nothing, this window is going to close, and they may lose this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that they're seeing as this 10 of Pentacles here, as everything they've ever wanted. I'm hearing everything they've ever wanted, but in their mind, it's coming at the wrong time. So that's what's complicating this connection. I will say as well, we have the card, the heat between us is intense. So I feel just a ton of passion, a ton of romantic energy flowing between you, a lot of physical attraction as well. And in the extended version of this reading, I'm going to channel more into this. So we're going to look at what this person's action might look like as that Page of Wands, what they might say, how they might move forward, as well as how this situation may progress into the future. So if you are interested in the extended version of this reading, of course, that link is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. Now, I want to just see if there are any final messages from your spirit guides or your higher self here. Okay, we have contract reversed, the thinking woman reversed, solar plexus upright. For some reason, I saw someone about to sign a contract, but then hesitating. And it's almost like their mind was telling them to sign the contract, but their heart was telling them something about this isn't right, or to wait, or to hold off, or to stay open to other opportunities or possibilities, to not settle for this contract. But the mind here is like pushing them to lock something in, to sign on the dotted line, so to speak. And I'm getting a message here of allowing yourself to feel confident in what your soul knows. Specifically in this case, even if it means not signing on a dotted line. Now, maybe for some of you, this is literal. Maybe there's something that is being presented to you and your mind is telling you that this makes the most sense, but your heart is telling you that something is off here, or it's not time, or to kind of keep yourself in a more open, fluid state. And again, this won't be for everyone. Only take this if it connects for you intuitively, but I'm strongly getting a message of allowing yourself to trust the deeper heart knowing, even if it means that it doesn't really make sense to the mind or doesn't really check out logically or make sense to other people, because your path is meant to be unconventional. And that is why it is and always has been. I feel like someone's just really being called into embracing the full unconventionality of their own path, fully realizing and embracing the fact that I'm hearing your life is never going to fit into a box. It's never going to be what other people expect or sometimes what other people want it to be. And that's beautiful because you are freeing people from those artificial societal expectations that are actually holding them back on such a deep subconscious level. And you're freeing them through your example of one who is choosing to live in love, to live by the soul, to follow their heart, even when they don't fully logically understand why they're being guided in certain ways. And that example is the most powerful gift that you're giving to humanity right now. So I'm going to go ahead and close the reading here, but of course, if you're liking the vibe here and you want to continue on to the extended, I will leave a link to that underneath the video. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself, where I post more information, inspiration, and energy updates. And if you haven't yet subscribed, I would love to have you here on the channel. Join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. Otherwise, I am sending you all huge amounts of love, wishing you a beautiful remainder of your day. And I will connect with you here again in the next reading.